Welcome live here to Racing Your Hotspot Weekend Roundup. I am your host, Devin Poslusny, along with my guest co-host, Kristen Poslusny. Reason being is because Dave's fired. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Dave is back in the hospital, but he is on the road to recovery now. He has a couple of things he just needs to do in the hospital. After that, he'll be all ours for the rest of the season. So stay tuned to us. First of all, I'd like to say our studio's changed a tad bit. This is the first ever time that we've had both TV screens running at the same time. This one's going to be with the informational notes and stuff off the main camera, and that one's just going to have your NASCAR, your topic logos onto it. That's being run by Chromecast right now through the Google Cast. So this is being casted over there through the internet connection. So let's take a look at our show lineup here. Motorsports in 60. IndyCar qualifying was this weekend. We'll cover that. NASCAR, then we'll take a break. We'll go to the RH Points Championship. We'll talk about the show lineup changes, the final lap. That ice cream is really sitting in the bottom of my stomach right now. Let's take a look at our Motorsports in 60. We just got ice cream and it's settling. 1 minute. There you go. The Sprint Showdown raced on Friday night instead of Saturday like they used to do it. Raced on Friday night. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Eric Almirola. Marcus Ambrose finished 4th. Casey Mears finished 3rd. AJ Allmendinger finished 2nd. And Clint Boyer won the race. Allmendinger and Boyer both advanced to the showdown with Josh Weiss as the fan vote. The trucks raced at Charlotte soon after the showdown. Here's your top 5. Timothy Peters finished 5th. John West County finished 4th. Brad Keselowski finished 3rd. Matt Crafton finished 2nd. And Kyle Busch won the race. And then the Get to Know Newton 250 raced at Iowa Speedway. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Elliott Sadler. Chase Elliott finished 4th. Regan Smith finished 3rd. Ryan Blaney finished 2nd. And Sam Woods Jr. won the race. You okay?
Damn wooden chairs.
Time's expired. So now we'll move on to IndyCar qualifying. Whoa.
What?
Look at the effect. Because the TV still has color issues, it's adding to the effect of the Indianapolis logo. Sorry.
Sweet.
So IndyCar qualifying race this weekend, and it had a different format. And the different format was they had 2 days qualifying like they usually do, but this time what they did is they had Saturday, you had on Saturday all 33 drivers race and qualify, and that day set 10th through 33, and the top 9 or the fast 9 advanced on to Sunday where they raced for the pole. So it made it a little bit more tricky because it was 2 separate days. So Saturday it was like cloudy and overcast, and Sunday it was bright sunshine. So it made it a little trickier. But here's your top 5 from qualifying. Simon Pagenaud qualified 5th. Helio Castroneves qualified 4th. Will Power qualified 3rd. James Hinchcliffe qualified 2nd. And Ed Carpenter qualified on the pole for now the 2nd season in a row. If we look over at the other screen here, I'll put it up over here for you to look, Mom. There is how they will roll off next Sunday. Of course, when they are in the Indianapolis race, they do 3 wide starts. And yeah, row 1 consists of Ed Carpenter he's on the inside. Hold on. Will Power's on the outside of row 1. Helio Castroneves is on the inside of row 2 with Simon Pagino in the middle. And I think that's Marco Andretti. I'm trying to pull up the lineup here. Yes, Marco Andretti on the outside of row 2. Row 3 has Carlos Munoz, right? Yes, Carlos Munoz on the inside, Joseph Newgarden in the middle, and J.R. Hildebrand on the outside. Juan Pablo Montoya is on the inside of row 4. Scott Dixon's on the middle of row 4, and Kurt Busch is on the outside of row 4. Kurt Busch made it into the Fast 9 yesterday, but he was bumped out later on. So hold on, this is it. Do you mind?
Is it what?
Last text. So that's how they roll off. Look, now it's even blue. Jeez. Now moving on to the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race recap. This is the second take on the show. The first take, hi, we're over here. The first take didn't go too well because I had not both screens in. It was like just me and that screen. It didn't really go well. So, yeah. Are you like you're like a kid in a candy shop? You got both screens running.
You got candy?
So, hold on. No. Okay, so this is the second take. In the first take, I did showed you a couple videos and stuff. And I'm actually still going to do that. Let's take a look at these videos.
Whoa! Trouble! Turn three! Turn three! Kyle
Into the
Busch!
wall goes Kyle Busch and slammed into by Joey Logano.
Kyle Busch went all the way down on the apron going down the back straightaway and lost control. Come up in front of the field.
That's Boyer in the 15.
Right here. Now watch. He goes right here. He's going to go to the bottom. Here he goes. Way down the bottom. Oh, he got into Boyer. And then Boyer clipped him.
Because when he gets off of Boyer, now he's got to take evasive action, and that puts him on the apron.
Yep.
And around.
And then him and Clint touched just enough when he was down on the apron to turn him around.
Dale Jr. just misses him.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Joey Logano does not.
Just trying to run the high side there. Got to run off too. Saw Kurt get really bottled up and about getting the wall, so he had to check up real hard. And my shot was in the middle and to go across 3 lanes and underneath Boyer, but Boyer blocked it. And when he did, I got into him, got him squirrely, and I was still going low, trying to get by him, and he touched me and just spun me out the wrong way. So I don't know, just trying to go. You know, I got a couple guys in front of you a little slower than you. You're trying to go because you know that you got to be up front and you got to run hard and try to get as many positions as you can for the average finish and to try to keep up front in order to try to get your best bid selection come segment 4, but bit me in the rear.
I didn't really see a replay yet, but I just know they were crashing in front of me, and just trying to go low. I wish I turned back to the right, but you know, when you're going so fast, you're into the crash and you're under brake as hard as you can, and you're really hoping he was going to stay at the racetrack. And initially, it looked like he was going to stay up there because he still had quite a bit of speed when they started crashing into the corner, but he started coming down the track, and I was already committed to going low. It's just it's unfortunate. Our Shell Penzo Ford wasn't the best, but I felt like we could make some adjustments to make it a little better and you know, at least have a shot at winning that million at the end. But unfortunately, we're not going to have no fun tonight, and try again next year. We'll be around for 1,600 though.
So that's video 1. Oh, it's not going to play it. Hold on. Stand by. There we go. Now we're going to play them. This was the second wreck in the All-Star race.
Lucky man got
oh,
right Allmendinger. Allmendinger hard into the wall.
Oh, no.
He might have had a little help.
Well, they were all bottled up in there. The car I'm smoking, I think it's, I couldn't tell who it was. Maybe the 31?
A.J. Allmendinger was 10th. Allmendinger was coming up, and Vickers was coming down to try to avoid what might be going on in front of him.
A lot like what happened to Kyle Busch when he was trying to go by the 15. They made a slight contact, but it's spun him out.
All-star race, that's what happened. Biffle had new tires and made a big run on the outside, kind of stuffed it in between Vickers, and it bounced Vickers off into me. Frustrating, but it's the all-star race. I'd have done the same.
Last one. Well, actually, two more. This one and another one.
Hard to the wall, 3 cars and a flame goes Jeff Gordon with Martin Truex and Greg Biffle.
Oh, Gordon comes up in the front of the Truex there in the 78, and they just get hooked up and drive up into the wall, and then Biffle had nowhere to go. He was just kind of a victim there of circumstances.
Something did break in the front end, either a tire or something in the suspension, because I was just going down the back straightaway, and as I started to get to the corner, I felt the front end set down and just started going straight. So, yeah, I hate that we caught those guys up that were on the outside of me. Man, what an awesome drive-in Hunger Chevrolet we had tonight. Drive-in Hunger was such great supporters of ours. I so badly want to get them into victory lane, but we had the car to do it tonight. We didn't have many brakes go our way. The 11 staying out, that killed us in that second segment. We got behind him a bunch, and every time he was weaving and everything else, we were behind him. But what an awesome car we had. It was super fast. We go to the high side, middle, bottom. We were certainly able to drive to the front. So we're looking forward to the average working out if we could make some ground up in that run, but unfortunately not to be for us tonight. But great effort by this team. I'm still just loving driving the
We're not going to watch that one again. Last one.
Will it be as close as it was last Saturday night? White flag for Jamie McMurray.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got a whiff. He's getting a little draft off that one car now. He's gonna be just like he was last Saturday night. He's gonna be so close.
One more corner.
0.8 of a second. About 160 feet. It might as well be 160 miles. Jamie McMurray wins the Sprint All-Star race.
Oh my. Wow.
So, now here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Carl Edwards. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished 4th. Matt Kenseth finished 3rd. Kevin Harvick finished 2nd. And Jamie McMurray won the race. Whew. So now we're going to take a break. Now on the other side of this break, we're going to return with the points championship and the final lap.
Can I just mention something?
Sure, go
Finally, I
ahead.
have something to say. One thing that I thought was pretty cool, and I thought maybe some people might not know this as I hadn't, the whole thing with that pit road yesterday when they were qualifying. Was it yesterday? The All-Star qualifying? Who was it we were watching? Was it Harvick or Kenseth? Kenseth. And you and Dad said something about how, he didn't have to cut down on speed coming into pit road.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because the reason being for that is because they wanted to have it to be a challenge. Like when you come off turn 4 and you're down on pit road speed, it's easy to come to your pit stop and just stop.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're coming off the banking and you're 150 miles an hour into pit road and you have to, without sliding the brakes or locking up the brakes, you have to slow the car down enough to get into the pit stall. It's more of a challenge.
Oh,
That's also why NASCAR said no crew member can go over the wall.
I was going to say they have to stay behind the wall until the car stopped.
Because if the crew member goes around and the car goes flying through, if he's holding that air gun, the air gun's going to go and he could get pulled.
Yeah.
So it's a safety reason for the crew, and it just makes it more of a challenge.
All right.
So,
All right.
I was going to
Got
look
it.
up. what that looked like. But so
No, I'm sorry. You can go to break now. I thought that was interesting to me. I never saw that before.
yeah, that's why I pointed it out to you.
So.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of this break, we're going to have your points championship, and we're going to talk about the schedule change, the lineup change, the Super Weekend, and final lap. So we will be right back. Welcome back live here to Racing Hotspot Week Roundup. Now, for those of you looking for the virtual race after the break, that has been put off now as a separate video, as there you go, 44% done, 35 minutes left. It's under the Racing Hotspot Virtual Race 2014 category. So, let's take a look at our points championship here. I had Danica Patrick for 5th, Kyle Busch for 4th, Jimmy Johnson for 3rd, Denny Hamlin for 2nd, and Jeff Gordon for the win. Kristen had Kevin Harvick for 5th, Jeff Gordon for 4th, Kurt Busch for 3rd, Jimmy Johnson for 2nd, and Kyle Busch for the win. Trooper had Denny Hamlin for 5th, Junior for 4th, Gordon for 3rd, Stewart for 2nd, and Harvick for the win. Dave had Biffle for 5th, Keselowski for 4th, Harvick for 3rd, Kyle Busch for 2nd, and Junior for the win. Art had Stewart for 5th, Edwards for 4th, Kenta for 3rd, Keselowski for 2nd, and Johnson for the win. And Joe, last but not least, Keselowski, he had him for 5th, Stewart for 4th, Junior for 3rd, Gordon for 2nd, and Denny Hamlin for the win. So being that this was the All-Star race, it was a situation of being fixed. Situation of, if you won off the regular picking results way, you got your points doubled.
Who won?
Let's take a look. Joe got 0, Art got 0, Dave got 6th for 3rd place, Trooper got 4th and the win, Kristen got 5th and 2nd, and I got 0. Now, it was 4 points different between Kristen and Trooper. 4 points difference. But those 4 points got Joe 18 points ahead of Kristen in the total. Because he had 14, so he was the highest. He won, so to speak, if we were doing regular, and we doubled that.
Joe or Trooper?
Trooper. Sorry, I said that wrong.
Just
Now,
checking. I want to make sure you're calculating right.
to the points championship here, which we will bring this up for people to be able to see on the screen. Here's the overall standings. Art is still the leader with 86 points. Joe is 81 points, has 81.7 points back from Art. Trooper jumped from 6th to 3rd, leapfrogging Kristen, me, and Dave, all to go to 3rd with 61 points now, 25 points back from Art.
You don't find that suspicious? Sorry.
What are you saying? I rigged it?
Somebody did. It's a joke. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I saw a loser.
Yeah.
You know?
Dave is in 4th place with 60 points, 26 points back. I'm in 5th place with 55 points back, 55 points and 31 points back. And Kristen is in 6th place, 43 points and 43 points back.
No, because she's in 43 points, whatever.
We'll get to that in a second.
That's okay.
Rookie of the Year Challenge race.
So ugly.
Kristen is in the lead with the Rookie of the Year Challenge with 7 points and 2 wins. Trooper is in 2nd, 1 point back.
And 1 win.
And 1 win, though the wins don't really count right now. This is just...
They always count.
Yeah, when you come to chase time. 6 points. 6 points. Joe is in 3rd with 3 points, and Art is in fourth, 1 point. Now, it's amazing how you throw the Rookie of the Year challenge in, and it's complete opposite of the overall standings. Chase standings, doesn't really matter. But wins count the most this year because right now it would go like this. Art would start first, be first. Trooper would be second. Joe would be second. Trooper would be third. Dave would be fourth. Kristen would be fifth. And I'd be last. Meaning I'd have 0. Kristen would have 20. And then so on. So if we scroll down here. There you go. All-Star race. 28 points.
Did you want me to make him a banner? Sorry. Just saying. You're highlighting it.
You would make him a banner. He'd probably like that. Just tonight, to give you a heads up as we are at the mid-season break, we now will pick last to first every week. So it will go. Kristen picks first, then I do. Whoa. What? Stop it. Then me, then Dave, then Trooper, then Joe, then Art. That's how they will pick. And
how we
if
roll.
Kristen continues to show this side of her, she'll be picking first for the rest of the season. And I'm not talking about points.
Ouch.
So, yes, me being the owner of the points championship, I have that power to penalize people. I did it to Dave a year ago.
Does he know that?
Yes. He found out on the show,
Is that why he's not here anymore?
and he appealed it right away. I said,
That's right, I remember that.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unbecoming of a host.
And no, well, not being a sportsman, showing sportsmanship.
That was you.
That was Dave.
Oh.
He got deducted 20 points.
Oh.
10 or 15, I don't remember.
Threatening me?
Depending on how bad it is, which right now you're at 30 points to be deducted. How many points do you actually have? 43, so you'd be... 43, so you'd be deducted to
It just bothers me because I turked so much smack.
It also hurts you because you guys are supposed to be teammates. And now he's just like, no, you were Trooper.
Oh, that's right.
You guys
Yeah,
are
he
supposed to
blew
be
me
like
away.
two teammates. And I stepped in and said, you can't have a 2-man team because it'd be unfair. And he went, all right. And then he just went, bow, bow, right away, leaving you in the dust.
He probably didn't even put much thought into it either. It was like 1, 2.
Point is,
Trooper, make your points. Make your picks. 18. 4.
point is,
I'm just gonna wing it. 85 points later.
Dave got penalized last year. And after I told him he was penalized, he turned right around and appealed it. Literally. He didn't wait till after the show. He was on his laptop. I'm like, and yeah, you're penalized. He's like, I appeal that right now. And I was like, alright. So I went to my show, and the following show you see him, ha! I'm the best! I'm like, there's the appeal. He's like, I got nothing. So he got...
Not my brother-in-law.
But he was 60 points ahead of me. So he got 15 points or 20 points deducted.
And he still was ahead.
And he was still ahead of me.
It's just the point, though.
Okay. So, starting next week, we have a show lineup change. As you saw, we already put this kind of into effect because the virtual races left the show. So, what happens next week when you log on to the show is the following. Stand by. It will go like this. I'll say, welcome live here to Racing Hotspot Week Around, blah, 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 blah. Then, whoa, hold on, I'll make this bigger for you guys to see. There you go. So, after I say welcome live to Racing Hotspot, I'll introduce the show lineup like I've always done. Then we'll have the Motor Sports in 60, which is nationwide trucks and Supercross, but Supercross won't be back until 2 weekends from now, I think, first, because they raced the Monster Energy Cup. Then we'll have the social pit stop, depending on what's happening on social media. If people do get me, it'd be, okay, this is what happened. If not, then there won't be a social pit stop. Then we'll go to our open wheel update, which includes IndyCar and Formula 1. IndyCar is going to basically be, they raced here, here's your top 5. Formula 1 is a little bit more complex because we have our Formula 1 analyst now, Peter Long. So it's going to be, here's your top 5, they race here. Peter, welcome to the show. What did you think? Talk to us, blah, 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 blah. And we are working on Skype quality because it has gotten better. I don't know if you noticed that from the first time he was on, he was kind of like, yeah, and we saw that, and now...
Knowing Peter Long a little bit, you sure it wasn't him? Just saying.
That was his first show, so he didn't really know how to take it, so he kept it in. I ended up getting smoked. He is loosening up though, and I'm happy to see that.
I'm just saying.
But
Knowing
no,
Peter Long,
but
he's
think
pretty
about-
easygoing.
But think about it. Your first show, you were like,
I didn't know what to say.
"What exactly?"
I was celebrating St. Patty's
Exactly.
Day.
Hey, the point is he didn't know what to say. He didn't. He was. This was
I
his
was in
first
charge
time.
of props.
This was his first time on the show.
Okay.
He didn't know what to expect. He was surprised at my studio. On Skype, he's like, "Holy cow, you got a great studio in there." I'm like, "Thank you." He's like, "I was expecting maybe like a blank wall or something behind you, like you're in your bedroom or something." I'm like, "No, I auctioned off, Dad auctioned off his room, so I took it up."
What'd you pay for it? I never got my cut.
But the second time, he started to loosen up, so did the Skype quality. Skype quality, he was a little better. And we're working on getting the Skype quality, and he is getting used to being on camera and stuff like that. Granted, for him, it's just a Skype conversation, because he just sees me and I just see him, and we're recording it with that. So,
Nice.
and Peter, I'm not saying, if you're watching this, I'm not saying that you need to lighten up or anything. No, I'm not saying
You
that.
need to lighten up. I said it.
She's saying that. I'm saying you're doing a great job of racing Hotspot, and I really am appreciative, right?
Appreciate it.
Okay. Of you doing that, and
That was a mom moment.
yeah, it was. Point is I really am happy that you're doing this, and I understand you should go on YouTube and under my channel look for Throwback Thursday. I don't remember what date, but my first.
But
ever,
it was a Thursday.
what? My first ever show. Remember that?
The one where you talk like this?
I talk like this. Well, we won't go there. And you'll see that over the years, I've loosened up, and you will do the same too. So I understand. And
Hang in there, Pete.
we're still praying for you to be in studio. Mark your calendar. Point is,
Wait, are you replacing me again?
no, he'll be with us.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. I'm just saying.
He'll be with us, or with Dave and
Feeling
I.
used.
If he does be in studio, he'll be down there, and we'll all scoot down, and he'll just be in studio, and we'll talk to him for the Formula 1 race.
Yeah.
It's not. But remember, if you keep how you're acting, you're gonna be replaced with your.
Do not.
What?
Do not.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
What are you doing there? That's just weird.
I'm distracting you, Bob.
Don't start.
You can't get me. I'd explain what that was, but it'd be a long story.
Don't start something you can't.
Okay, so after Formula 1, then we go to Global Rallycross, and then we have an add-in, which is really just something that if there's a United Sports Car Tour race or something like that, I just throw that in. Then we go to a break. On the other side of this break, this is where it changes. The other side of the break, we have NASCAR. Then we go to the Points Championship in the final lap. That's how we'll close out the show starting next week. Because I realized with the notes that Dave does, he kind of gets talkative. Chattative. And I prefer to put a commercial in front. This way he can just ramble on and ramble on and ramble on. And my sponsors will know that we've already covered them. Because people tend to lose people when we're just talking about how Clint Boyer punched somebody and blah 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 blah.
And bleeding.
And we get off, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He did this. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't think this is going to happen. Well, I don't really agree with that. I think that Bruin Smith is going to... What? And now all of a sudden we're on this path. It's like, okay, reel us back in, and we've already lost people.
What kind of fishing rod do you have?
What do you mean?
Sounds like it has an air gun on it.
Okay, so that's how the new show lineup will go. And then next weekend...
Fishing must be quite lucrative for you.
Next weekend, they're racing the Indianapolis 500, as you know. They're racing the Coca-Cola 600, as you know.
Where?
The Indianapolis 500.
Where's that?
Is that...
I meant the Coca-Cola 600.
Charlotte.
Thank you. Obviously, I know Indianapolis is in Delaware. No, seriously, in Charlotte. Okay, sorry.
Indianapolis 500.
And we're going to be at NHMS in 56 days? Oh, I read somewhere 57 yesterday.
56 then. I don't know. There's 6 nationwide events from now and NHMS. There might be a couple weeks off in between.
And we're hitting Devil's Bowl Father's Day.
Yes. We're not getting to that deal, though. So next weekend there...
Pending rain. Sorry. I got chatty. Chattative.
You did. Shut up. Going like this. Okay. So, next weekend...
Sorry.
Next weekend is Super Weekend here at Racing Hotspot. You remember last year we covered the Nationwide Series race on Saturday, and then we covered the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. All on YouTube with the TV that used to be right there. Now that's our audience seating. To the scarecrow.
It's a very quiet audience.
Oh. Oh my god, you're fired. So next weekend, Super Weekend, and instead of covering the NASCAR Nationwide Series event on Saturday and then the Cup Series event, having 2 NASCAR events and only 1 IndyCar, we decided to change it up this year. So, on Saturday, Global Rally Cross returns to Barcelona. I don't know where that is. Barcelona, and they're airing. They actually race this weekend, so I could probably get the top 5 if you want me to.
No.
And they're airing the race next Saturday. So we've decided we're going to cover the race. We're going to have the live stream event for you. Sorry, that was the top 5 of the event. We're going to live stream next weekend.
Barcelona's in Spain.
Okay. Thank you. So, on on Saturday at 1 p.m. we're going to live stream the Global Rally Cross race from Barcelona. Then on Sunday at 11 or noon, we're going to live stream the Indianapolis 500 in full. Then we're going to take a break. And we're going to return at 6 to live stream the Coca-Cola 600 in full, even if that means it takes 7 hours like it did last year.
What time is that at?
6 o'clock.
God bless you. 6 o'clock what day? Sunday?
Sunday night. You don't have school. It's Memorial Day. You have work, don't you? So, what this means is we'll be just live streaming the Global Rallycross from IndyCar and NASCAR. Now, we would live stream the Formula One, Indy, and Cup, but the Formula One race is on NBC Sports Network, which, one, I don't get on this TV screen, because my parents are cheap and don't get me a cable box.
How old are you?
2.
How old are you physically?
3.
You're big for a 3-year-old. I heard Market Basket hires at 14. Just saying.
This is a full-time job in itself. I just gotta talk to the boss to start paying. So, darn it, I lost my train of thought. Okay, point
Cable
is,
box.
Formula One is on NBC Sports Network, which I can't live stream over here, and I know most households don't get NBC Sports Network. So, I don't want to live stream something that I could get in trouble with the cable provider because they're live streaming something that I'm live streaming something that their cable providers have to pay more for to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, almost every household gets ABC. Almost every household gets Fox. So, we're going to live stream the 2 races. And almost every household gets NBC, straight up NBC, which is what Rallycross is on. So, I'm just going to live stream those races. Okay, to the final lap. That was like 20 minutes for a 2-minute.
That's really where I should find a driver, Rallycross.
You should stick with NASCAR because that's what we cover and we're with.
And I really like the Rallycross.
Okay, so now to our final lap. IndyCar races on Sunday at 11 a.m. on ABC. That's the Indianapolis 500. Formula One will be Sunday 8 a.m. on NBC Sports Network. Global Rallycross is Saturday 1 p.m. on NBC. NASCAR Capital Truck Series is off till May 30th. Nationwide Series races Saturday 2:45 p.m. on ABC. And the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series races Sunday 6 p.m. on Fox. Now the 3 events with... What are those things called again?
Asterisks.
Way to make it loud. Asterisks next to them are the 3 events that we're covering on live streaming. So, yes. Next week's show will be a day later than this one. This week's show is up on Tuesday. Next week's is going to be up on Wednesday since it's a Sunday night race. And I'm working on, no hard feelings, getting a new guest co-host for 1 week only. His name is Devin Sanborn. So it'll be the Devin and Devin show next weekend. Possibly. I was trying to get him on for this show, but he changed his phone number. So.
What?
What?
What? Yeah, what?
What?
Did he change his phone number because you were going to call him? That doesn't sound right.
I tried.
I'm just saying.
I tried.
I mean, I would do it if I didn't live with you.
I
But,
tried
you know.
texting, and it said that the number was invalid.
But he changed his phone number.
So I texted his friend, and he said, I don't know. He might have changed his number because he gave it to you.
Really?
Devin,
Devin Sanborn.
Devin
You need to be on the show.
Stop being my mom.
No, I'm being your co-host.
That's how you just did it. You just sounded like you were my mom.
Sorry.
Devin Sanborn, you gotta be on the show. Devin, if you are on the show, you're fired. Already.
Nah, seriously, I hope we can do it.
I didn't do a preseason checkup on these chairs.
Uncle David, did you loosen the screws on his chair?
Probably.
Anyway, I hope Devin can do it. That would be fun for you.
Yeah, that would
It
be.
would be more talkative.
Or it might be a situation of first show jitters. Hi. Yeah, good race.
Just haven't put on the St. Patty's Day hat.
So that will do it for
Wrap
our
it up.
show. Next week is, like I said, late. So join us again here, same place, different time, because we'll be on Wednesday next week. But
They
next
really
weekend,
don't know that though.
next weekend we're covering.
What's with your chair?
Next weekend we're covering. They don't hear it. Next weekend they're covering. We are covering IndyCar, Formula One, Global Rallycross, Nationwide, and Cup Series. So big, packed, full show next week. Plus, we'll be live streaming. So Devin is going. I am going to be very busy setting up the studio, live streaming, taking it down, set it up, and then take it back down, and be ready to live stream. And my iPod just died. So that will do it for us here at Racing Hotspot. But until we see each other for next week's show after Super Weekend, have a good night, everybody, and goodbye.